Wednesday, April 22nd, and we'll be reading Judges 4 and 5.
Judges 4.
Judges is all the way over here.
I know.
You have it?
It's right here.
I know.
It's in there? Yes? The books are in there? Y'all ready? All right. You have your spot? Did you find your spot? Okay, you're going to read a little bit today? You're going to read there? Yes, you are. You're ending it, right? So we have to stay all the way to the end. All right, 4 and 5.
Okay. 4. When Ehud was dead, the children of Israel once more did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. The Lord sold them into the hands of King Jabin of Canaan, who ruled in Hazor. The commander of his army was Sisera. He lived in Harosheth Hagoyim. The children of Israel cried out to the Lord, for Sisera had 900 iron chariots and had forcefully oppressed the children of Israel for 20 years. Now Deborah, the wife of Lapidoth, was a prophetess. She judged Israel at the time. She would sit under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in the hill country of Ephraim. The children of Israel would go up to her for her to render judgment. She sent for Barak, son of Abinoam from Kadesh in Naphtali, and said to them, "The Lord God of Israel commands you, go and deploy troops at Mount Tabor, and make 10,000 men from the tribe. Take 10,000 men from the tribes of Naphtali and Zebulun with you. I will draw Sisera, the commander of the army of Jabin, with his chariots and large army to you at the river Kishon, and give him into your hands." Barak said to her, "If you will go with me, then I will go. But if you will not go with me, then I will not go." She said, I will indeed go with you. However, the way you are going will gain you no glory, for the Lord will deliver Sisera into the hand of women. Then Deborah got up and went with Barak to Kadesh. Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh. 10,000 men went up on foot with him, and Deborah went up with him also. Now Heber the Kenite had moved away from the Kenites, who were descendants of Hobab, Moses' father-in-law. He pitched his tent at the oak in Zananim near Kadesh. Then they told Sisera that Barak, son of Abinoam, had gone up to Mount Tabor. So Sisera summoned all his 900 iron chariots and all the people with him from Harosheth Hagoyim and to the river Kishon. Then Deborah said to Barak, "Get up, for this is the day the Lord has given Sisera into your hands. Has not the Lord gone out before you?" So Barak went down from Mount Tabor with 10,000 men behind him. The Lord routed Sisera and all of his chariots and all of his army with the edge of the sword in front of Barak. Sisera dismounted his chariot and fled on foot. Barak chased after the chariots and the army as far as Harosheth Hagoyim. The whole army of Sisera fell by the edge of the sword. Not a single man survived. Sisera fled on foot to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, for there was peace between King Jabin of Hazor and the family of Heber the Kenite. Jael went out to meet Sisera and said to them, "Turn aside, my lord, turn aside to me, do not be afraid." So he turned aside to her to the tent, and she covered him with a rug. He said to her, "Please give me a little water to drink, for I am thirsty." So she opened a leather milk container and gave it to him to drink and covered him. He said to her, "Stand in the entrance to the tent, and if anyone comes and asks you, 'Is there a man here?' then you say no." Then Jael, the wife of Heber, took a tent peg and a hammer in her hand and went quietly to him, for he was fast asleep and tired. She drove the tent peg into his temple, and it went down into the ground, so he died. Ouch. Yeah. Now, as Barak had been chasing Sisera, Jael came out to meet him and said, "Come, and I will show you the man whom you seek." When he came in, there was Sisera, fallen dead, with a tent peg in his temple. So God humbled King Jabin of Canaan before the children of Israel that day. The children of Israel grew more and more powerful over King Jabin of Canaan until he was no more. The Song of Deborah. On that day, Deborah and Barak, son of Abinoab, sang.
When the leaders in Israel led, when the people freely
volunteer,
bless the Lord. Hear, O kings, listen, O rulers. I will sing to the Lord, I will sing praises to the Lord, God of Israel. Lord, when you went out from Seir, when you marched from the land of Edom, the ground shook and the skies poured. Indeed, the dense clouds poured water. The mountains quaked before the Lord, this very son before the Lord, God of Israel. In the days of Shamgar, son of Anas, in the days of Jael, main roads were
abandoned,
and travelers used roundabout paths. Village life ceased until I, Deborah, arose. I arose like a mother in Israel. They were choosing new gods, and warfare was at the city gates, but not a shield or spear was to be seen among 40,000 in Israel.
My heart is with the rulers of Israel, who offer themselves willingly among the people. Bless the Lord, you who ride on white donkeys, you who sit in judges'
attire,
you who walk on the road. Consider the voice of those who distribute water among the watering places. There they tell of the righteous deeds of the Lord, the righteous deeds of in the village. Then the people of the Lord go down to the gates. Awake, awake, Deborah, awake, awake, singing a song. Stand up, Barak, and come. Capture your prisoners, son of Abinoam. The survivors came down to the nobles. The people of the Lord came down for me against the mighty.
Some come from Ephraim, whose roots were in Amalek, following you, Benjamin, with your people. From Machir, rulers came down, and from Zebulun, those who carried the staff of the scribe. The princes of Issachar were with Deborah, and Issachar was with Barak. They were sent into the valley on foot. Among the clans of Reuben there was great resolve of heart. Why do you sit among the sheepfolds to hear playing of pipes for the flocks? In the clans of Reuben there was much searching of heart. Gilead stayed beyond the Jordan as far as Dan. Why did he stay with the ships? Asher stayed by the sea coast and settled by its base. Zebulun is a people who risked their lives to the point of death. Naphtali also on the heights of the battlefield. Kings came to wage war. The king of Canaan waged war. In Tanakh, by the waters of Megiddo, they took no money as profit. From the heavens the stars fought. From their courses they fought against Sisera. The torrent of Kishon swept them away. That ancient torrent, the torrent of Kishon, My soul marched on in strength. Then horses' hooves pounded the galloping of his steeds. Curse Meroz, said the angel of the Lord. Curse its inhabitants, for they did not come to the aid of the Lord. To the aid of the Lord against the mighty warriors. Most blessed of women is Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, most blessed of tent-dwelling women. He asked for water, she gave him milk. In a magnificent bowl she brought cream, her hand on the tent peg, her right hand on the workman's hammer. She struck Sisera, she crushed his skull, she shattered and pierced his temple. Between her feet he sank, he fell, he lay. Between her feet he sank, he fell. Where he sank, there he fell, overpowered. The mother of Sisera looked through the window and cried out through the lattice, why is his chariot so late? Why is the sound of his war chariot so delayed? Her wise attendants answered her. Indeed, she replied to herself, are they not finding and dividing the spoils, a girl or two for each man? Dyed garments as plunder for Sisera, dyed and embroidered garments, 2 pieces of dyed embroidery for the neck of the looter.
May all your enemies perish like this, O Lord, but may those who love him rise like the sun. Then when it rises in full strength, then the land was at peace for 40 years.
That is Judges chapter 4 and 5.
Bye. Have a good day. Please subscribe. Hope you like this video.